All four of you have chosen to speak out in an enormously public way and share in painful detail stories that are sometimes heartbreaking, at other times harrowing. I just want to hear from all of you how you made the decision to come forward, why, and what's been the hardest thing about it.
I decided to come forward, and I think I'm the most fresh out of everyone. I'm only 9 or 10 months out. But I will tell you, my initial instinct when I found out what was the dark underbelly of NXIVM, that I was just going to step back and go back to my acting career and to slip away. And then when I realized how widespread the darkness was and how I had to expose this disgusting leader, that it was just very instantly the right thing to do.
The rest of you have all said to me similar things, that you couldn't stay silent. Why?
The thing for me is most people view the cult I grew up in as a harmless cult. And those two words don't go together in the same sentence. And it's
There's
easy.
no such thing as a harmless cult.
There isn't. And ignorance is bliss. When you don't understand what's going on behind closed doors, you excuse it. And no one has really done this. No one from where I came from has taken a stand and publicly said what's actually going on and had proof to back it up.
And pulled back the curtain, in essence.
Exactly.
Is that what all of you were trying to do in some ways, pull the curtain back and say, hey, this is what's really happening?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's the only reason why these cults exist. No one speaks about it. They leave and pretend it never happened and try to move on with their life.
For me, I had gotten to the point where I was willing to lay it all on the line because I felt like I really didn't have anything else to lose. You know, my relationship with my parents when I was 12, it was no more.
But you don't feel like this guilt is what's driving you. Like, you know, it's okay to just take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. I don't think it's what's driving me as more as it's just the right thing to do, given the level of recruitment that I participated in. It's like I'm just cleaning it up.
In 2011, when I made up my mind that I was going to leave, I found myself compromising with my wife at the time because she wanted to stay. We just gotten pregnant. It was a possibility I wasn't going to see her, even my son. But I still decided I was going to leave, and I had got a message from the cult leader that if I continued to say things, that my son would be born retarded.
What?
And I knew at that point that I was done.
The one thing I'm struck by is all three of you have chosen to speak out about your experiences being born into and growing up in these groups, how difficult it was to leave, and even how challenging it is to live on the outside. Why is it so important to you?
For me right now, it's about showing those that are still in that there are bridges that we can build and that there is life after Warren Jeffs and there is life after having these experiences. And that's extremely important to me.
For me, what's important about telling my story publicly is just there may be someone out there watching that has been involved or is involved in something similar or could become involved. So I think educating people and letting people know how cults operate, how they begin, is really important. It makes a huge difference. Uncovering some of the secrets that have been kept in the dark and bringing them to light, this needs to happen more, you know, with every cult.
The more I understand about cults, the more I'm like, this is a common thing. Like, really.
More common than people think.
Yeah, it's kind of a personal goal of mine to make cults part of the national conversation.
I think it's important that people speak up. This is the world that I know, and I want to get to know it more because it speaks to an extreme element of society when things get out of control.
And I think what you all are doing is so important because you're activists in your own right. And as a society, we need to offer more resources to help. And so the more you all are doing it, you'll inspire other people, and we can hopefully help more and more people.
We haven't had any real justice. This is a serious matter. These are people's lives at stake. I think everybody needs to look around them and say, how can we help people succeed? They just need a little helping hand.